YouTube. See, almost missed it. Hope YouTube don't strike me. But yeah, this is somebody talking about whenever you're around, they get lonely. Whenever somebody's around. And that could be the current situation. Like somebody could be with somebody, but still feeling lonely. Have you ever felt like that, collective? Like you with somebody, but you still feel lonely? That's not good. Now, I've been trying to tap in. Top of the morning, y'all. You got Stud Style Tarot back up in the building. Y'all see my table, boy. I be having to get it together. And look, y'all, I got some new decks. Here we go. More to add to the roster. I'm telling you, I'm going to have a library. For real, y'all. Now, as you can see on Spirit Radio, there's somebody who's not happy over there where they at with somebody else. And that could be the reason why they're lurking. They trying to watch you. Because this is somebody, I'm telling you, I just heard Spirit say, who thought you were going to be their backup plan. This is somebody who thought that when they were tired, when they got tired of this, they could always come back to you. You were their plan B. And I'm sorry to tell you, collective, if you didn't know it, now you know. You were somebody's plan B. They was like, when I'm done having my fun, being promiscuous, and making all my unhealthy and bad choices, I can go to the collective because the collective gonna always be there. They really did love me. Now, I know y'all heard what I said. I said did. Because you see, the TikTok deadline has been reached. Time's up. This is somebody who waited too long in this procrastination energy. Somebody who may have seemed like they were too busy for you at the time. High Priestess energy at the bottom of this deck here. Somebody didn't know you were a High Priestess. Somebody didn't know that what's done in the dark always comes to the light. And now, wow, we got and on Spirit Radio. And on. Well, you know how it's her original song is On and On. So now she done came up with the and on, to the on and on. And I think this is Spirit's way of saying that this is a repeated cycle when it comes to this person. This is something that they gonna always do. They gonna always be. Some folks never want to change. You got people who really feel like, love it or leave it alone. And that's this person never wanting to change. So the time's up. Tick tock. And now they're lurking, y'all. Let me say my prayer. Angels, ancestors, and guides, thank you so much for your covering and your protection as I channel these messages for the collective. Anybody known or unknown spirit sending any negative energy my way, return it back to the sender spirit and bind it to them 1,000-fold. So mote it be. In the Most High God's name, we pray. Ashe, ashe. Now, y'all, I just got through touching that dragon's blood, the top of it, so it's kind of black. So please do not pay attention to my hands. Thank you very much. So somebody is feeling guilt and embarrassed, knowing they're in the wrong, and maybe ashamed of their actions. Now they feeling ashamed. Because somebody's seeing the high priestess energy, that divine feminine energy. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. They said now they ashamed of themselves. Now that they know you walk next to God, that you are an angel, an earth angel. Now they're ashamed of their actions. They were big and bold when they did it, right? But now, feeling guilty for what they've done. This is somebody who wanted no strings attached. Collective. See, it's giving player energy, right? This is somebody who probably had multiple lovers, right, collective? And still wanted you. They weren't ready to settle down. See? Now this is somebody who is in their feelings. Somebody who could have kept you in your feelings. This is somebody who, it looks like in this picture, I'm getting the energy of somebody who took love, expected you to give your heart, but they didn't give you anything. They were a taker. That's what Spirit is telling me off that picture. An opportunist. A user. Having people pour their feelings into them and give you nothing. Doesn't that sound a little narcissistic? Yeah. Collective. You had a real one out there, huh? Someone who was really selfish. Let's not just jump the gun. Somebody who was very selfish. Only cared about themselves. This is something they probably do to everybody, to keep people in their feelings, never giving, always taking. Woo, I can feel it, Spirit. I can feel the energy. Cold piece of work. Someone who didn't want to give, right? Now they getting tarot readings. Y'all see that? Wow. On the High Priestess. What else do we need to see, Spirit? Ooh, how can I deny that? And it looks like it's in the reverse. Wow. Spirit trying to make a point with that no strings. In reverse. Bad credit. Unemployed. Debt. This is somebody who right now could be in debt. This could be somebody who has a bad reputation with you with the bad credit. This is somebody who now possibly wants to be committed to you after a heartbreak. Now they want the strings. Now they want to hold on to you because they could be unemployed and in debt. Wow. What else, Spirit? Ooh. Childhood wounds. Here it is. Bullying, sexual abuse, physical abuse, toxic partners, abandonment. That came out, y'all. And look at this imagery on this card. This is somebody who looked like they may have been abused. They sitting against the wall with their face covered, their eyes covered. Or maybe they're they were physically abused. Wow, yeah, I see the bruises on her arm. Wow. Yeah, this is somebody who definitely could be in their shadow, in a dark energy, because they still have childhood wounds that they need to address, that they need to face. Wow. You know, when you got to heal your inner child, somebody who probably never did that, like never really dealt with their feelings on how they felt, how a toxic parent treated them, like, you know, never really looking at their past and seeing how it affected them as an adult. Now being grown, after, you know, maybe seeing a lot and going through a lot, you know, they attract that. Come on, y'all. You see Spirit giving me the confirmation. They attract people that abuse them, maybe even bully them. Maybe this could have been somebody, as we see with abandonment issues, maybe they could have been a victim of bullying. And all they know to do, let's say maybe, is abandon, connections. Ooh. And that's why we saw the feelings, the person giving their heart and someone else taking it and not giving any feelings. Red flags, intuition, dreams, and clarity. See, this deck is talking today, y'all. This is somebody who ooh, spiritual burp on that one. High Priestess energy, that this is somebody who has red flags. They have red flags because these are their childhood wounds that they're still carrying with them into this connection. Bottom of the deck. Wow. Secret accounts. This is somebody who I'm getting, they know they damaged. They know they're, no good for you. But they're watching you. Now wanting a commitment. Now still being guarded. Still unhealed. I think Spirit's trying to warn you, that they're not healed. They still have their childhood wounds. And you gonna have to watch for the signs. Somebody who's watching you and thinking about coming back in because they're lurking. So we already know, right, collective? We keep pulling a past energy. Spirit has been telling us that new energy is on the way. And again, some of y'all might already be connected to someone new. But for this story right here, this is somebody from y'all past that's still watching you from secret accounts because they want back into your life. Now, as y'all can see, I just opened the new deck and here's the energy. Somebody is secretive, hiding information. Dishonest, sneaky, and they're still cloaked in black here. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Still cloaked in black. Seeing you as high value. The Empress. You know your worth. You will not settle. You're beautiful, you're sexy, abundant, and confident. And this is somebody who's still very much so sneaky and trying to beat this clock is what I heard Spirit say. Because y'all see the clock, tick tock. They trying to come in and beat the clock. before, it reaches. Wow, did you hear that confirmation, y'all? Before y'all do hit the deadline, like time's up. But time is already up, collective. Wow, look at this. I mean, we're getting so much energy of this person snooping, digging for dirt, trying to see who you with, because they now want to hold on to the string. They now know that you're this high priestess. You connected to the divine. You were sent here to help them up their issues. In their mind, you were the healer. Well, you are still, but you were their healer. And they dropped the ball. Collective, the song that's playing right now on Spirit Radio is Don't You Forget It. Hold on to your world and don't you forget it. Hold on, wait, do they give the lyrics? They don't. Maybe this is somebody who was trying to hold on to that toxicity, huh? And don't you forget it. Wow, now seeing you in this royalty energy, Empress energy, wanting to come back to you. But they might still be a walking red flag, yo. All right, I see it, Spirit. Netflix and chill. Y'all see this? Somebody is being sneaky, wanting to sneak around and come or have you maybe Netflix and chill, wanting to be friends with benefits. Now they want to spend time with you. They said, can you come lay around in their whereabouts? Oh my God. They said, can you come over to their place and chill? Or somebody want to come to your place and chill. Take it how it resonates. Oh, wait. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Almost missed it. Because now they want your intimacy. They're missing you, collective. They got all this passion for you now. They feeling this magnetic pull. Or what they think is a magnetic pull, huh, collective? Broken mirrors. Yeah. See, this is somebody who broke this mirror here. They damaged it. This is somebody who had addictions, right? Created turmoil while y'all were together. And now learning a lesson. And the lesson is that you giving them was it the gold shoulder? Ooh. Okay, I guess they had to write it again for cold. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. Yeah. You giving them the cold shoulder. You're keeping yourself distant from them. You're ignoring them because they broke this mirror. They shattered it. Thinking that they can still hold on to the string. Collective. This is sounding like some Jesus and Judas energy. Somebody who, didn't I say something about not good for you? I see it. There it is. One card. Thank you, Spirit. Right place, right time. Alignment, divine timing, meant to be. This is somebody who feels like the time is now with this TikTok for them to come towards you and for y'all to be together because they feel like y'all were meant to be. As they watch you from secret accounts. But they're still in a toxic environment. Y'all see this? They're still in a toxic environment. Karmic relationships. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. This is somebody who's in a karmic relationship. And that's why Spirit could be telling you to use your intuition, because this person with these childhood wounds that didn't want strings attached still wants to hold on to this string with you after they shattered this connection with you because of their childhood wounding. Somebody, thank you, Spirit, who was still dark. Remember I showed y'all the black cloak? They're still being secretive. They're still being sneaky because they're in a karmic relationship. They could be a karmic to you. This is somebody, didn't I tell y'all in the very beginning, they want to take your love? This says emotional leeching. Taking your energy and trying to keep you in your feelings. You giving your emotions to them, your energy, your love, because they're in a toxic environment. I don't think so, collective. This person got the game fucked up, if you ask me. But here's where, you got to use your intuition, High Priestess. I know you know who this person is. You got to. Time's up. They over here thinking about coming in to propose. Time's up. They're lurking because they want to see who you're dating. And even if you are dating somebody, they don't give a damn. Because remember, they feel alone. They feel lonely whenever their karmic is around. So now they want you to come Netflix and chill. I don't think so, collective. You gonna have to give them, I was gonna say, because remember we said the cold shoulder, right? You gonna have to give them that cold shoulder. And here it is. This person feeling like they being ghosted by you. Maybe this is someone who is a coward. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. This is somebody who feels like you're ghosting them when they're ready to come ask you to marry them. That's crazy. This is given that this person is feeling haunted by you because you pulled a disappearing act on them. And now they're feeling lost because time's up. Ooh, let's keep going, y'all. Now they feeling lost. Wow, you see when I pick up the deck, Spirit left the roller coaster energy, full of highs and lows, off and on again, hot and cold. This is somebody trying to keep you on an emotional roller coaster, collective. Spirit's trying to let you know right off the rip. You know, they in and out because they're still attached to other karmic relationships. Collective, you know this person lives a toxic lifestyle because that came out in the last message. But they over here looking at you, collective, like a snack. And there's our confirmation. They over here looking at you like you the sprinkles. You know, on the snack. You the sprinkles. You got sex appeal, collective. And they still feeling a physical attraction to you. This is crazy. But you already know this is somebody who could be trying to trigger you. Trigger those emotions. Wow, look at Spirit. Look at Spirit. This is somebody who was two-faced to the high priestess. You see where that landed? They were two-faced to a high priestess. This card says frenemy. But the word that stuck out for me was two-faced. They were two-faced to a high priestess. And look at the other card that Spirit want me to take. Now they over here numbing themselves, y'all. You see that? Self-medicating, still dealing with their addictions, and still possibly acting irrationally. You know, irrational behavior because of them childhood wounds. They said, ignore my childhood wounds. Can we just Netflix and chill? This is somebody who may be penny pitching right now. They going through a financial struggle. And we did see you, you know, high value, Empress energy. Remember we saw that card? You the Empress and the High Priestess energy right now. Come through, Holy Spirit, with the energy of the divine feminine. And now this person realizing that, wanting to Netflix and chill with you. But Spirit is saying they're a frenemy. They don't have good intentions. Their intentions are to come in because they're having financial hardships in their life. They penny pinching right now. I see it, Spirit. This is somebody who's trying to avoid getting caught, y'all. They over here tiptoeing around a karmics, wanting to get back to you, sneaking around, of trying to avoid getting caught. But collective, y'all see that? Tick-tock. Time's up. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. Time's up. They still in a toxic environment, y'all. Okay, and they're still toxic. And Spirit said, they over here dreaming about you. Maybe now they feel like they have clarity. I love it. When I split the deck, y'all, you see that? You're unbothered. You're not giving a damn about this person. But they giving a damn about you, collective. They are giving a hot damn. I heard in my head, y'all. They giving a hot damn about you. They coming in hot, huh, Spirit? Wow. That's why they the red flag, y'all. But I mean, I know your boundaries are high. Oh my goodness. We got the nymphomaniac. Somebody who likes to have threesomes. Maybe participate in orgies. Woo, this sounds like a cold piece of work right here. Trying to sneak back over to you, collective. I can't. Okay? Somebody who might like anal sex, rough sex. Yeah, they trying to keep you triggered, collective. Coming in with some sex play. That's what I just heard Spirit say. They trying to see if you still have some feelings left for them. Collective, we got 2 cards. I don't love them. I just act like I do. They don't love me. They're just using me. I know it's my karma. Oh, pregnant karmic. Pregnant karmic. That keeps coming up, y'all. Now, see, they could be starting a business. It doesn't have to necessarily be a child, right? But somebody's having a baby and thinking they gonna Netflix and chill with you. They trying to sneak away to chill with you. That is crazy. Bottom of the deck. Wow. Yup. Somebody wants you, collective. But see, they a frenemy. Okay, Spirit, I'll take it. Okay, now, crown still intact. Right. You still got your high standards. Like you're not going for this activity. There's somebody who think they can still play around and have you as a side piece. This is somebody who's still a player from the Himalayas. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation of them still being the player from the Himalayas. And look at Spirit showing us that they are trash energy. You see that, collective? Bottom of the deck, we have, I am a narcissist and you are my greatest supply. Now, didn't I say in the beginning of this read, I called somebody out. I said they was a narcissist. And then I said, well, let me not just say that, remember? And I was like, I said they were selfish. Tried to shed light on it. And here it is right here. This person who is a nympho. They like a whole lot of sex. And maybe it's because of their childish womb. Those addictions that this person could be dealing with, one of them could be a sex addiction. And I don't know if they're the one that's pregnant or they're with someone that's pregnant. But either way, they've bound themselves to this person and they are in a karmic relationship. They're in a toxic environment. But what's happening is this is somebody who still feels alone where they're at. Because remember, we saw the card, they don't give a fuck about them. That person is just using them. Why do you want to have anything to do with that, collective? Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. The person that's with them is just only using them. But they want to come in towards you, collective. You see that? Now, I'm about to use my new tarot deck to clarify even more. We're going to jump into the tarot. But as you can see, this didn't I say something about this being a hot mess? No. I said they coming in hot. But they coming in hot because they a hot mess. That trash energy, that's a hot mess right there. Now, when I pull out the bottom, the card on the bottom of the deck is the Magician. Magician energy, huh? This person look like they an astronaut. Let me see. They in outer space, huh? So they in a whole other world. Look, they on the moon. And wait a minute. They on the moon still doing magic, y'all. Because this looks like the person who, y'all ever see that magic trick where they be like, find where, the object is or something like that. Like they trying to trick you with where the object is. That look like the game that this person is trying to play. Wow, and this magician energy. But it's giving somebody still coming in doing tricks. Somebody doing magic. When I split the deck, they doing magic because they want this Ace of Cups. They want this new beginning in love with you. But collective, they're in trash energy. They're coming back to you in a trash energy. I'm going to shuffle it the right way, y'all. See, y'all see my hand is not so bad. It's the larger decks now that be a bit much. But praise God for the healing. Thank you, Spirit. Knight of Wands, y'all. I can't make it up. Here's the player. Back on that bike, huh? Back on that dirt bike. Coming in with a wand, y'all. Coming in with that wand. I'm trying to tell you, full of all this passion for you. Because they know who you are now. You're the Empress High Priestess. You're their greatest supply. Nobody's energy feels like your energy. 9 of Cups. Wow. Ooh, this image is interesting, y'all. Wow. Oh my God. Yeah. This is somebody, oh my God. Spirit is showing me this image of all these naked bodies, all these people fornicating, partying, in this devil energy. But when they open up the door to you, you don't see that. You see just regular people. Like this is somebody who it's almost giving that narcissistic energy too, like somebody who overindulges, like they're filling their cups with all the things that they want, being selfish, like only caring about their cups being filled, and it's being filled with all this sexual energy here in the background. But when you open the door, you don't see any of that. You see upstanding, citizens here, you see people, I just heard in costume. Wow. 10 of Cups. Y'all see this? Wow. 10 of Cups energy is the happy family. 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups is 19 cups, right? Which 19 is the sun. Ooh, spiritual burp now. So I was hearing a little bit about the story here where, it's still this family that's not really a happy family. It's dark in the background. They over here. Wow, I just heard sex shop, because remember we saw the nymphomaniac and the orgies and the threesomes. That's what's going on in this house. And somebody probably done got pregnant by somebody that was at the party, huh? Ooh-wee. Over here perpetrating like they a 10 of Cups. Like they a happy family. But they're not really a happy family. This person is over here wanting to Netflix and chill with you. Feeling like now, maybe they can get away from this karmic, sneak away, be secretive, and come have a 10 of Cups with you. But I think that 19 energy, the sun card, this is what's being exposed. Sun energy, they're being exposed for really not being this 10 of Cups. What's done in the dark is coming to the light, y'all, because they're in a toxic environment. They over here having orgies and, looking like they a happy family. But it's really not a happy family. It's a karmic relationship. They running a sex shop. Okay, look, they having freak offs, y'all. Wow. Hey, it's not just a Diddy thing. People like having their own little party. Look, party. In the comforts of their homes. This is a lot of cards, Spirit. I'm not taking it. Nope. Especially for them childhood wounds. Y'all already know that's a lot. Now, I saw something flip this time. Let me see. It looked like it flipped. See, we got cars jumping. Damn, y'all. Right, we got cars jumping. Okay, Spirit's telling me to take that one. All right. Wow, you see that? 10 of Cups. Here's where I'm getting the energy. Oh my goodness, 7 of Cups. This is somebody who's still under an illusion. In this 7 of Cups energy, this is somebody I feel like that feels like having you be part of their, damn, why did I hear harem? that would be a happy family for them. They want you to be part of this freak off, freak show. Everybody in here drinking and dancing and partying and fornicating and wanting it to look like it's a happy family, like everybody getting along, huh? You know, everybody getting along, but you too royal is what I heard Spirit say. You too royal for this. They're trash energy. And they're over here thinking, fantasizing about having this in this 7 of Cups energy. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Wow. This is crazy. This almost looks like a carousel. Somebody that you might go round and round with. And we saw that, right? Somebody who would keep you in a toxic karmic cycle, going round and round with this person, which is why Spirit said, pay attention to the red flags. When this person tries to come in, ooh, look at that. So see, judgment. Judgment. This is somebody who's going through karma. Because they wanted to live this lifestyle and they didn't heal those childhood wounds. This is somebody who still wanted to keep you in. I told you this harem. The Hermit at the bottom of the deck. See, this is you choosing to stay to yourself. I heard Spirit say this is you choosing to be to yourself while this person is lost in the crowd. Because it's like it's a crowd of people out here. Like, you know, everybody walking around. And maybe, you know, not able to find you because you're in this hermit mode, right? Like you're away from it all. you away from all the karma. What's behind this Hermit spirit? 9 of Wands. Come through. You keeping your guard up when it comes to this person that still is trying to hold on because they're a narcissist. But I think you know, which is, thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. You know that they're a narcissist, but I was going to say, you know that their time is up. Like, you know not to fall for the trap. You know, this person is just trying to keep you on this roller coaster. You know, this karmic cycle. This is somebody who, here it is, y'all. They're going through karma. Their life is falling apart. They're in jail right now. And you know, when a person is in jail, you know, you got nothing but time to think. And this is somebody, maybe they're in hermit while they go through their judgment. But again, while you're in jail, all you have time to do is think. And this is somebody who can't help but to think of you if they're feeling like you're their greatest supply. And the fact that they want to get back together. You see that, y'all? This card says fresh start, second chances, good vibes only. They want to come in and say they want good vibes only, but they're still trash energy. If they're still a narcissist, come on, Spirit, you see that? The sweet talker. They're still coming in being manipulative, still coming in trying to be a charmer when they're really a victimizer. Collective. I'm going to get a closing message. Look, we already see the story. Time's up. Hey, thank you, Spirit. Here's your new boo. You got a new love coming in. But I'm telling you, this narcissist, remember when we split the deck, it was the Ace of Cups. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. This narcissist wants that Ace of Cups with you, even though they're going through judgment. But you gonna be too busy with your new boo, which is what I was saying in the beginning. Some of y'all might be just meeting a new boo, or they already in the picture. But this is somebody who thinks, this narcissist, that they could come in and flirt and be your new boo because they see you over here winning. You over here all smiles, overjoyed, happy, and they're feeling lost. We're back to that. They're feeling lost from your energy. But the time's up, collective. Their judgment is that they just might have to watch. Because remember, we started this message with the lurking, and then we saw the stalking energy come up. This is somebody who just might have to watch. Watch you be with someone else. I'm going to get a closing message, y'all. And I'm out of here, okay? Closing messages for the collective. Please and thank you. Bottom of the deck, y'all. Ooh. Closing messages. This person feels like you deleted me. You cut them off. Digital closure. Cold exit. Yeah. You had to, though. They trying to have you in a harem. They was trying to keep you in a poly situation. I choose me. Y'all see that? Self-love, emotional maturity, clean break. Closing message is you're choosing you. You don't want this person back in your life. You love yourself enough to keep your boundaries up when it comes to this person. Wasn't love, it was control, possession, power play, ego. This is somebody who was just only trying to control you, collective. You see that? Yeah, so you could be part of that little freak show. This is somebody who's trying to keep you attached and bound to them. And that's why they're trying to come back in with the sex play. But you know better. You see the red flags. Your intuition has already shown you everything. Wow. Okay, Spirit. I could close it out with those. Okay. Here's the closing messages, y'all, from Spirit. All right, let me. Hot and cold. Is this not the third card to come out to show us that this is somebody who's hot and cold? Mixed signals. Pull, push, whiplash. This is somebody you already know that's hot and cold. We got that roller coaster that came out for them, right? Right. The emotional roller coaster. Wait, here it go right here in the first column. Full of highs and lows, off and on again, hot, cold. Here they go. Coming right back out. This is somebody who's hot and cold. Another reason why you had to choose you and keep your crown on. But it's these three right here for me, y'all, that I'm like, uh-oh, look, and the bottom of the deck. Here we go. Living in memories. Past replay. Stuck emotionally. Sentimental. This is somebody who's living in the memories of you, collective. And they got a whole lot of unsent messages. What was never said, holding back, drafted and erased. This is somebody who said, I still love you, collective. I still love you. Now feeling like maybe this wasn't love. Fantasy crushed, truth exposed, done helping. This is somebody who they almost look like they looking at this. Is it a puzzle? Oh no. Yeah, it looks like a shattered picture on the ground. No, actually on the, what is that? It looked like the table. on a board. But they're looking at it like it's a grave site. You know what I mean? Like they're standing there, because I see the bench right behind them. Thank you, Spirit. This is somebody who is looking at this shattered picture, this fantasy crushed. Like maybe this wasn't love, because they can't get back into your energy. But they're all up in their head, collective. You see this? Overthinking, stressed out, spinning scenarios. Ooh. I already said the truth has been exposed with that sun energy. You know what they got going on. You know, the fantasy crushed. Them thinking that they could marry you and what, still have a sex shop? Hey, I don't know, collective, but this past energy is looking at this as a loss, and they're holding their flower up, you know, as they grieve the loss of you, because you have stopped the clock. Time's up. No coming back. You're choosing yourself with the I choose me. But because you're choosing you, it's really got this person all in their head. And with them being all in their head, that's them trying to figure out how they can still get back in to your energy. But we already know you have a new boo. But that ain't gonna stop this person from still strategizing, even though their fantasy has been crushed. Maybe that now will begin the ultimate ego death for somebody that is very much so needed. Somebody needed to have a wake-up call. And maybe this is the wake-up. Sun energy. Maybe somebody is beginning their awakening. But it took them to lose you in order for that to happen. Okay, collective, I'm going to leave it there. Much love and light. And if you're still here with me, can you like and subscribe to the channel? It's greatly appreciated. Much love and light, collective. And until the next time, namaste.